right, everybody. Welcome back to Jazz Piano Short Practice Ideas. We are coming at you today hot with a concept. It's a little bit of a deeper concept that requires a lot of practicing and drilling, but it's a great way to get some new interesting sounds and to get mobilized kind of within the hand and within what we call zone improv. Okay, so what we're talking about today are cyclical quadruplets. And when I learned this term and when I originally read about it, I was laughing and I was like, oh, this is a joke. I'm never going to mess with this. But it kept nagging at me, and I think there's something bigger here, and there's something deeper here to unlocking some interesting moves and patterns within your playing. So this was introduced to me through the book Comprehensive Jazz Techniques by Bert Ligon. And so the idea is that there's these four little, like I guess we could call them little cells or four little micro patterns or just four note patterns, and they're always going to start and end on the same note. So the four patterns are this: if I start on C, I can scale down a few notes and then jump back to C, or I can jump down from C in a third and then scale back, and then the inverse of those. So then I can scale up and then jump back a third, and then I can jump a third and scale back. Okay, so I'm going to try to keep these diatonic, but those four patterns are interesting enough. I mean, as by themselves, you can play them moving up through a scale. Ooh, that was crazy fingering. You're gonna have to work out your own fingerings there. And you can practice them like that to get them into your hands, but where this really becomes valuable is that when you're working on a tune and you're trying to improvise, you start placing these patterns off of chord tones of whatever the current chord is, and you're keeping the patterns diatonic, or at least within your chosen scale or your scale of choice. So at the beginning of here is an example. I was playing on Autumn Leaves. We're playing Autumn Leaves in E minor, so we're starting on A minor 7, D7, G major. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chord tones of A minor 7, A, C, E, and G, and I'm just going to randomly start placing these cyclical quadruplets, or we're calling them CQs. I'm going to start placing those from the different chord tones, and I'm just going to try to practice, linking these patterns together. So as I go through the chord changes here, A minor from the third, and then from the fifth, maybe I do an opposite direction, and then from D7, from the third, and then from the 7, and then from the third of G major, and then repeat the pattern from the fifth, and then maybe from the third on C major, but I just did two going up, so now I'm going to go down. So I'm trying to mix those four little patterns so that I'm getting different directions, and I'm trying to jump around a little bit so that I create bigger intervals within the lines. So right there you can hear the possibilities of this, and that's just a drill. That's me just inserting these licks and kind of practicing, connecting them, right? We're not even adding rhythm, and I'm not using any improvisational wit, I guess, or control when I'm doing this. So taking this through whatever the tune is that you're practicing and being able to do it in eighth notes nonstop, not miss a beat, all the way down through the tune, that's a great way to get your hand ready to be improvising some interesting lines and changing directions. And it's this is very much like a horn player drill or exercise. I always feel pianists end up playing a little bit more scalar, and horn players maybe because a trumpet has a range of about this, usable range, maybe if they're a screen trumpet player a little bit more, but they're forced to be more creative with the notes that they have, and they get more angular. So anyways, that's this week's practice tip and short practice idea. So I hope that you can get that working in a tune that you're trying to practice right now, and we'll see you in a couple weeks. Peace out.